start off this video by saying this is just gonna be like a quick video, so it might be a little, wonky and all that, since this is like my first time doing this kind of video. And yeah, I'm not gonna cover all of them. It's probably gonna be like a 3 or 4-ish part series. I'm gonna cover the combiners first, since I really like combiners, since they're my favorite type of transformers, since they're just cooler in my opinion. Then Autobot, then Decepticon. If any more come out, I'll probably cover them at the end of the year, or like at least once there's like 5 to 10 of them, depending. I also do want to do this with New Age, which is a different Transformers company, but I want to do Magic Square, since I actually own 3. One of them unfortunately broke, which is my masterpiece freaking Vortex, since I accidentally moved his the back of his arm panel that opens up. You're supposed to like fully bend it up to where it's like touching his shoulder, like the actual arm is, well, like lower arms touching his shoulder fully flat, or at least like have the second joint bent. But I forgot you need to do that. It still functions and all that. I did manage to glue it. It's just a bit loose, and I did scratch up some of the paint trying to sand down some of the glue, since I put a little too much. So some of the paint's chipping off, but most of, well, not chipping off, but scratched off. But I don't think that's too bad. I ain't too upset about it, since it still fully transforms, and as long as you're not like paying attention, since it ends up on usually the back of the combined mode, and it's mostly covered up by the bottom of forearm blaster, or like the second panel. I'll show a picture of that. But let's just get into this. I'm gonna cover the smaller combaticons, those legend skill ones, since those are the ones I have more of. And I'll do the one masterpiece. Well, I'm gonna do the not the ones I own. I'll probably just skip over those ones, since I'll be covering them in videos. But I'll be talking about the ones I don't own. So both the legend scales, Onslaught and Vortex, won't be here, and the masterpiece version of Vortex won't be here. So if you're wondering, that's why they're not here. I might make this a 2-parter for the combiners, since I do want to make these like 10 to 15 minutes-ish long. But with all that being said, we're going to go into it. I'll cover all the different variants, so if they have like a G2 color and all that, I'll cover that. So let's get into it. Before I start talking and all that, if you want to subscribe, that'd be appreciated. The only reason I'm asking this is so I can use the stupid GIF, or whatever you want to call it, but because I think it's funny. But anyways, onto the video. So we're gonna start off with Blast Off, since he's the one I'm planning on getting next. I have been saving up though for the masterpiece one, which I'll get into after I finish all the legend scale ones. But he's pretty decent looking. Like, nothing really I can say that's bad. From what I've seen though, the transformation does look a bit simplistic. But like, the posability does look pretty decent. Well, actually really good. I do wish the hands were a bit more expressive, because all it comes with is like the ones that basically all the figures have, where it's just like kind of like an open hand, but also like a one that looks like he's about to or he's holding a gun. It's better than like official Transformers ones, which are just like usually a fist, so it just kind of looks weird. But still, I do think out all these, all the combaticons, he does look, well, out of all the ones I have to get still, he does look the most, fun to transform. Brawl definitely seems good, which I'll get into here in a second, since I've heard some things about him. But, apparently, Last Off is really good. I cannot confirm because I don't have the masterpiece or the small one quite yet. But I do intend on getting them. I do want to try and complete by the end of this year at least the Legend skill one, and try to at least get like most of the other ones. I at least want to get to Brawl, which is probably gonna be the one I get after my masterpiece Blast Off when I do order it. But yeah. If I did have to say one thing, the variants are kind of basic. I mean, all of them are, though, really. Because usually it just has two of the same ones. That one unique one, usually for the cartoon. Like, that's especially evident with all the other ones. He's the only one that really has any differences for the actual combined mode bits. Between all the variants, he's practically, well, he is the same figure. He has like no differences in paint, nor does the handpiece. But the hips, they do have like three different versions. A plain gray one for the cartoon version, a blue one for the more toy accurate one, and then a hip piece with gray hips and blue thighs for the IDW version. But other than that, really no major differences between them. He does come with the blaster as well. I'm pretty sure there is a bit of variation between those. But yeah. So that's all I really got to say on him, since I don't know him. But let's get into Brawl next. So yeah. Okay, so Brawl is pretty nice. I mean, he's pretty posable for a literal tank. But like, I mean, Onslaught for me was super posable, so I am really too surprised. But there's one thing that kind of concerns me, and that is he comes with these two little headlight bits that come separate. And considering they are pretty small, like you might think they're like, oh, well, they're pretty decently sized, I'd assume. No, they are smaller than a freaking high grade gun. Considering a high grade is maybe like ever so slightly shorter than my hand, like just ever so slightly, like it's up to the second like joint in my finger about. So, and like my index and ring finger. So, considering that, yeah, that thing is not gonna see the light of day ever again. Like, if you lose that thing, you are not gonna find it. So you better hope you either have the cleanest room imaginable that is just like a one color, so it'll stick out like a sore thumb, or you are just screwed. You'll have to get another one, or see you can somehow convince Magic Square to send you a replacement part, since I know they do that for at least factory errors. But if you break something, yeah. I ain't gonna, as I said, I ain't gonna order a new Vortex because it's just a broken arm piece, and plus I did fix it. It's ever so slightly extended, but it's only by like an atom or two. So like I don't think it's that major of a difference. Well, it's more than that, but still. And I did unfortunately have to cut off the little thing that slides into his arm. But like I ain't too concerned. And plus, I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna be throwing a hissy fit over that. I'm a bit disappointed, but eh. Then, where was I? Uh, as far as variations, he only has really two. Those being the IDW and Choi versions, which can be grouped together as one, and the cartoon one, which the only difference between it and the IDW and Choi version is that it's green. The other two are just gray. Like that's literally the only difference. But other than that, really doesn't have anything really going for it. Like he's a good figure from what I've heard. Just kind of don't really care for some of the accessories since they seem a bit scary. Like I do like the option that you can at least remove it, but well the headlights, but whatever. Then we're gonna get into the last member of the legend scale one. Swindle is apparently the worst. Apparently his legs and basically like most of his lower half is just spaghetti when trying to transform him, from what I've heard. Because you just gotta unfurl everything, apparently. Because they have to, flip around the leg and compact it and all that. It just looks up now. It just winds up not really looking that good. Like, okay, I can appreciate the intent, but come on. Kinda looks a bit wonky. I do like how he does have seats and stuff. I'm pretty sure it's one from like some of the inside of the bot. Or the like feet and stuff like that. If I recall correctly. Which is nice. And they don't really use any fake parts as far as I know. But as far as differences between the variants, it's literally the same as Brawl. So 2 gray feet pieces and then 1 that's yellow instead of green because they're for the cartoon version and they had them matched with the actual leg color. So yeah, but that's gonna be the end of the legend scale ones. And you may be saying, why am I gonna also cover the masterpiece ones? Well, I'm gonna have to do a separate video since this is like reaching 15. Actually, you know what? I'll do them since they're part of the same group, but they are different significantly. So yeah, I will still be doing them separately. Before we get into the masterpiece versions that I don't have, I'm gonna go over my Vortex real quick. It has some issues that I've noticed. 2 majorly, one was kind of on me, which is, as I mentioned, I'm pretty sure, towards the beginning of the video, or at least pretty decently close to the beginning of the video, I did break the back of his arm. I did manage to fix it. I even, painted it up with, like, some silver I had. It doesn't look quite alright. I might go over it again if I do get some more, closer gray, but I think it works since I did scratch off some of the paint while trying to sand some of the glue down since it had a pretty big bump since I used a little too much glue, which I'm showing an image of now. But another thing is the fingers, they have these little metal rods in them. Those will for some reason fall out. I've had 2 of them fall out on me. One of them I did manage to see before the other one. The other one didn't fully fall out. But one of them fell out. I did manage to find the little rod and put it back in since it went on my carpet. Since I was messing with it on the floor. Since I just like to sit on the floor sometimes. But I just shook it off and then found it. and then slid back in and put some glue on once I, got the broken arm thing. I was just trying to transform it, and then I forgot you had to bend it twice towards, as I said, fully up. Well, I'm pretty sure I did say this, but to where it was fully up against the upper bit of the arm, and it snapped. But I did see an image of somebody else having a problem with that. I'm not sure if it was broken out of the box or if they broke it, but that's just something I want to kind of, say. I ain't gonna get a new one or try and get a replacement part since it functions. I did have to loosen the screws a bit in order to make sure it didn't snap off since I tightened it too much. So I do have to kind of be a little weird with the elbow since I have to hold the entire arm, including the second bottom joint since it's a little too loose. So that will bend instead of the one built into the upper arm bit. So that's a bit annoying, but other than that, it's fine. I still do think it looks neat. It's just that, really. Magic Square, if you do see this video, I'd appreciate it if you did send a replacement. I'm not gonna be mad if you don't. I really don't care as much. But, I'll be, happy if you do. As I said, I really don't care. But, yeah. Now I'll actually get into it, but just wanted to say that real quick. So, Blast Off is pretty much the same as far as I can tell, besides the fact that it comes with both of the hands, which I'm kind of mad about, because he comes with the hips. Now, the hips, I'd assume, since I don't have the small one, would be at least most of the way filled in, so, pretty decently filled and, using a lot of plastic and all that. So, riddle me this, why does he come with both the hands, even though he comes with, arguably one of the biggest pieces of fruit, because besides the torso. But the torso, guess what, is mostly hollow, including the inside of it, which is just a bunch of lines and stuff, whatever you want to call that. Not sure, but I should get the freaking hand if I'm gonna pay $120 for, or $140, because plus shipping, it's $140 for Vortex, which I didn't pay for. My grandma did, which I'm still thankful for. But yeah, I think that's a bit silly. There's nothing really to say. It looks pretty much the same. Obviously, there's gonna be some differences in transformation, like how I mentioned at the beginning, how the transformation for the arm is different for Vortex between the masterpiece and the normal scale. But yeah, I think that's a bit silly, but other than that, I really have nothing to say about it. Onslaught pretty much is the same as far as I can tell as well. And I mean, it comes with practically the same things, but minus the back leg covers for the combined mode. So it comes with the torso one, which I do wish they did have the other variants. I do know they're making a G1 version kit, but I still would think it would be neat to, just have the different versions. I still think it's neat, though, that you can just get that kit. That way you don't have to buy, 8 different versions just to get, one. To be able to mix and match. So, yeah, that's nice. But, one of my major complaints about this guy is I remember watching a while back one of Bob Bender, I don't know how to pronounce that, Orgy, I'm pretty sure, however you want to say that, and apparently his masterpiece copy it had like a bunch of nubs from, whatever they used to cut the parts out from, which is kind of disappointing, but whatever. Other than that, nothing really to say. I mean, it looks nice, I guess, but really there's nothing. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be pretty much the same. All these really are. There's just majorly differences in transformation and accessories or like combined mode parts, really. Brawl and Swindle, I'm just going to group these two together, are pretty much the same as far as I can guess. I'm grouping them together because they both form the legs, and plus, this video's already run a bit long. They come with the backs of the legs built into the feet pieces, which is nice, I guess, but like, I don't really care for it. It is nice that they at least cover up the backs, but like it wouldn't really matter if it came with what's his face, Onslaught. But really, I do have to say they do look nice for what they are. Brawl, yeah, again, was the first one, then Swindle, Onslaught. It was basically the release order of the Legend skill, which was, Brawl, Swindle, Onslaught, what's his name, Blast Off? No, Vortex, then Blast Off, yeah. But, other than that, I don't really have anything else to say. I'll probably make a follow-up part to this, but, for the other ones. But, other than that, I don't really have anything to say on the matter. I mean, the only issues I've noticed are obviously with my Masterpiece Vortex, which is a little new, so I get it, but a little disappointing that snapped the arm. Also, that the pins in the hands are falling out. As I did say, I did manage to glue it back in, but still, it's a bit disappointing. Anyways, goodbye. I'll probably release this few days after I finish recording the audio, or putting all the images and all that. But yeah, see ya. Alright, so this is just a small after videos section. This is also my third time changing it because I keep procrastinating on uploading and finishing this. But I just want to give some small updates. First of all, I'm working on this Gar whatever. It's a very weird name, so I'm not gonna attempt really to pronounce it, even though I already did. But I've only gotten the legs of the white dude, or white robot lion thing, transformer, whatever you want to call that. I've gotten that done. That's it. I don't have the rest. But I'd say I probably should have this done by, I'd say March, at least for the early prototype. Then I'll probably try and get the pieces for the actual thing, at least after I finish my, or at least after I order Blast Off for my Legend skill, Magic Square Bruticus, which I'm also not going to be doing the Masterpiece ones until I get new Vortex and all that. So yeah, but that's besides the point. What else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, I was just before I recorded this, I was looking through what I had on YouTube, and I saw this post, and they're making this freaking thing from Armored Core, which I've actually played, which was one of like the toughest early games I experienced the other ones, and I think I was cooked from the beginning. I think I might genuinely have been terrible at. If I did not, all I'm gonna say I've struggled a lot with the bosses. Some of those were genuinely mentally insane. They were cooked up by some diabolical fella. But, nothing really else to talk about. I do want to start getting more model kits so I can review them. I do intend on doing one for the, what is it? I know what's called. It just slipped my mind. This guy, that's all I'm gonna say. This guy, yeah, I can't. I know it's like the RX-79 or something like that, correctly. But yeah, nothing really too much to talk about. But I do want to make a little art video, or like a time-lapse video or something of me drawing while I talk about some stuff. But yeah, I do want to make more of these videos. I'm gonna go back to my stop motions and stuff for a while, but I do want to make more of these. Like, obviously, to finish up this, I do want to make the other combiner video, since there's not that many more. So I'd say it's about gonna be the same length, since the other one team is in 2 packs, and then the other one, there's only 5 guys. So yeah, but yeah, that's really it. And I'll do the Autobots in the second rounds, of course, but yeah. So see ya. Probably be uploading more. I've just been procrastinating on finishing this video, and now I've just been doing other stuff. So yeah, I do intend on making a full thing where I talk about. My bad, it cut out at the end. But I will be making a full series, or like playlist, whatever you want to call it, on all the Legend Skill Magic Square combaticons. I don't know why I keep forgetting about that. I do intend on also doing completing the Age of Prime ones, and I ordered the Laser Cat Bruticus because he looks so silly. He looks like an utter whimsical fella. So hopefully that comes in soon. Because if you couldn't guess it by how many times I talked about the combaticons and just mentioned that I want to complete 3, well, technically the Laser Cat one from what I've seen, just the entire thing, since it's one set. But I'm basically nearly done with the combaticon, or not combaticon, the Magic Square one. So I should be finishing that. I'll finish that first, then I'll finish up the Age of the Primes one. I'm gonna wait until they finish releasing all those, or at least until they finish releasing them. I just said the same thing twice. I meant I'll wait until either I'm finished collecting all the Magic Square ones, and then do the Age of the Prime ones, or just do the Age of the Prime ones after they all release. But that's basically it, so see ya.